Hi guys, I'm the Nerdy Movie Guy, and today I want to talk about Gran Turismo. Now, this movie was very difficult to rank amongst the 2023 movies. For me, this was almost movie of the year. There's just so many great movies this year, but this one almost made the top. It's definitely top 5. Now, I want to get into this movie. The first thing I want to mention is I was not a long-time Gran Turismo fan. I've played bits and pieces of it before, but I didn't understand its history, its purpose, what the game was meant to be. So when I went into this movie, all I really knew is what was in the first trailer. The first trailer was enough. I wanted to see this movie. And what I didn't understand, what I didn't know was going to happen, is that this movie was a movie for people like me. What I mean by that is I've always been a gamer. I love video games. And I'm a nerd. I love movies, love video games. I love that geeky world. That's me. And that is Jan Mardenborough in Gran Turismo. That's him. He's a video gamer. Even though the game is a simulator, he's played other games too. And in this movie, you feel like gamers are represented so articulately well that I just left the theater with this happiness inside that I can't explain. So let's get into it, guys. In this movie, the opening is great. It starts talking about the founder of Gran Turismo and the video game, the cars, and the concept's history. This was exciting. Some people maybe want a strong opener. They want this big, thematic, climactic opening. I don't need that. Not every time. And this movie served it well. I just wanted to understand more about Gran Turismo. And that is what this opening, probably the first 5-10 minutes, that's what this movie gave me. Is it gave me a better understanding of it. And if you already know Jan Mardenborough's story, if you already know everything he accomplished in the real world, then you're not going to be surprised by what happens in the movie. But I think for people who already know his story, can still find the way this movie was shot and filmed thrilling. Now, I haven't seen a ton of racing movies, but the ones I have, I love them. There's just something exciting about it. And in certain movies, when there's a chase scene, when there's cars, sometimes the camera is shaky, it gives me a headache, it's hard to follow. You just want to kind of tune these scenes out until it's over. This was not the case in this movie. It was shot extremely well. I didn't get a headache once. It was easy to follow. And I don't want to spoil really anything about this movie for you guys. The one teeny detail I will spoil is throughout the movie, when he's at GT Academy, they all pretty much have the same cars. So as you would see in a video game with the little arrow overhead showing who's in 8th place, who's in 4th place. In this movie, they did that for Jan. Throughout his training, they showed that, where they showed you which car was his. And as a gamer, it's just those little nods was just so cool to see. Like you guys probably saw in the trailer, those shots in the trailer where he's either sitting in the car or he's sitting at home, and the screen kind of transforms when he's at home, but it transforms to a car and vice versa. The trailer barely showed that at all, and that was exciting to see in the movie. Now, obviously, this is an underdog story, and this is based off a true story, obviously. But for someone like me who didn't know what happens, this was just extremely exciting. It was one of those kinds of movies that they built the anticipation so well. I was on the edge of my seat every time. And then I'm not usually a reactive guy in theaters. I don't disturb people. I'm not loud. If I'm going to laugh at something funny, I'm not doing it very loud. But in this movie, I couldn't help myself. I was cheering. It was exciting. I was passionate about this movie. I've never been passionate this much about a movie in I don't know how long. And what really helped was the cast. Orlando Bloom and David Harbour. They are such great additions. Their acting is just... This was one of my favorite movies for the both of them. And it was just that good. David Harbour has some really strong, raw, emotional scenes. Whether it's him getting angry or he's getting upset. You can just tell he is going to be a great actor for a very long time, and I don't see him ever losing his edge. And this movie is a prime example and a testament to him as an actor. And all these things, the cinematography, the acting, the intensity, these are all, in my opinion, the best ingredients for a movie like this. And when you blend all of those together, you get Gran Turismo. So there's really not much else I can say about it. I want you guys to go see it. I don't want to spoil it. I want you guys to experience this for yourself. Like I said, if you already know Jan Mardenborough's story, then just see this movie anyway and just feel the excitement of a film, and don't worry about, spoilers, or don't worry about, well, I already know the story, so I already know what happens. Don't think about that. This movie is a ride. It's a thrill. And for those of you who don't know the story, you're going to be pleasantly surprised with this movie. This was one of those things that I didn't know if it was going to be my thing. I love racing movies, but I didn't know if this was going to be my thing. And between the representation for gamers, for nerds, the underdog value of this kind of a story, I left the theater wanting to go see it again. And I have seen it twice. And I'm probably going to go see it a third time. It was just that good. Again, guys, this is my opinion. Maybe you guys will see it. Maybe you're not all hyped about it as I am. But this is one of my favorite movies, at least for this year. So, if you haven't checked it out, I definitely recommend seeing this one. If you see it because of this video, please tell me in the comments what you think. I want to hear other people's thoughts about this movie. I want this story to spread, and I want to see these actors succeed. I want to see the story succeed, and I want to see this kind of genre of the underdog story. I want to see more movies like this. Because when you go to the theaters, whether you're seeing an action movie or just big CGI production, I don't get these feelings in those movies. I want to see more of this. I'm so excited. Please check it out, guys. Thanks for watching.